Salutations gamers and welcome back to our playthrough of Rome 2 Divide et Impera. In the last episodes we focused on establishing a strong foothold in Africa while also holding our ground in northern Italy. But this time around we're going to set our sights on Caralis and Alalia and then also push into Narbonensis or the Massalia region, where we are going to face obviously Massalia, the Volcae, Averni as well as the Carthaginians. Despite us being stalled out in Africa for a little while, we are now reaping the benefits because we are making a truly ungodly amount of money considering we're fielding all available armies. And we will be using that advantage to push very aggressively in this episode and actually get our Marin reforms done. In every campaign as Rome, these are a vital moment because you switch from having the second class citizens to the third class citizens be your primary driving force of the military with the professional soldier legionaries. Combined with our economic power, we are very scary at this point and we'll be looking to expand into every direction, just like the Romans back in the day, very soon. However, with our empire growing, there are also other challenges that we'll have to tackle. For example, the rising administrative cost in the empire maintenance, possible loyalty problems in our politics, and also a vast amount of border that we have to defend from potential enemies, of which we have many because not everyone is liking us expanding this rapidly in the Mediterranean. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. Welcome to Sicily, where we are currently planning our invasion of Caralis and Alalia, otherwise known as Corsica and Sardinia. We already have one army ready and recruiting some more units. I switched that over from the spearmen we were recruiting to the local crossbowmen. And then we have another fleet on the way, together with the other army that needs a bit of cavalry extra, recruited from Sicily, and then we'll set sail from here and hopefully take out both of these settlements and integrate this region into our empire very quickly. I don't estimate a lot of resistance here from Carthage. This should be pretty straightforward to take. There is a fleet here, but outside of that, I don't think there are any armies here. We do have a Carthaginian army up here, but outside of that, maybe there's some left in Africa. You can see there's really not a whole lot going on. So what I think is happening with Carthage is that they are very likely assembling an army in Spain, would be my guess right now. Either that or they have armies down here, but I think that's unlikely. I think it's more likely that they're trying to push from Tarraco up and they're going to join the fighting up here. Speaking of, we have the Volcae still around. They are at peace with us. And the Averni, two of which are still waiting at our border. We'll have to deal with that in this episode. One thing that I did notice was that, if you take a look at the diplomacy, the Volcae are not great fans of the Averni anymore. So before this episode started, so I don't forget, I actually I convinced the Volcae to declare war on the Averni by giving them a tiny amount of money. So these two are now at war, which is absolutely fantastic for us, which probably will allow us to swoop in and maybe take out Massalia once these two are done fighting. Outside of that, I had a quick look around everywhere to see if there's small inefficiencies that I might not catch during the episode while I'm recording. Fix some household and whatnot. Public order is pretty good across the board. These two armies here are now a bit more defensive. This one is patrolling. This one is probably going to start patrolling soon if these Carthaginians leave. But outside of that, things are looking very much up. I'm hoping that very soon we'll be able to get to Empire level 5. Which, if we take Caralis and Alalia and then push north into Massalia, can go very quickly. So we'll have to see. Let's see what happens this episode. You can see the Averni are definitely retreating back where they came from. In any case, they are not invading Cisalpina anytime. So what we're going to do about these Carthaginians here is move an army around on this side, but keep them in reinforcement range of this other army here. So they're not going to get attacked by the Carthaginians. And we're also going to keep this army over here, because I think if we attack, these guys are going to retreat, and they're going to retreat across the water. In fact, what I think we should do is switch places here. And that's because this army is much better on the offensive than the other one. With the Principes and Hastati that we have in there. Move these guys over here close to the bridge. And I'm going to move these guys down here instead as a reinforcing army. Which also keeps them on the defense right here at Genoa. So the Averni aren't going to do anything crazy. And we'll keep these guys, I think we'll keep these guys like right here. They should still have enough movement range to take out the Carthaginians should they cross the water. This is a little bit of an oddity in Rome 2, right? If we wanted to cross the river here, in this direction, you can see we can't really do that. We can do it, right? It's just going to take an extra turn or two. It takes a while, but on the retreat, you can basically cross it immediately. So if we attack them, they're going to retreat across the water and the armies won't be able to follow. Which is why we're keeping these guys around here. It's a little bit strange how that works. I do not think retreating armies should be able to cross rivers like that. I think they should just be stuck in this case, but it is what it is.
How can I serve Rome?
Down here on our governor, who's in Rome, one thing we'll have to deal with in this episode is, first of all, banditry. As you can see in Latium, we have a little bit. The governors have a skill right here that's expert supervisor, which I like to get in regions like this. Which not only reduces construction costs, which is a bit late, but you know, we do still have level 4, 5 upgrades left. But also reduces the banditry, right? So we'll get that right now. Max that skill, and you can see banditry in Latium is gone. We're no longer at risk of losing all of our taxes. The other thing that we'll have to tackle in this episode is empire maintenance. You can see we're at negative 56.5%. We are going to reduce that through a combination of general skills, and we're also going to use buildings for that purpose. The main building line that we'll use for that is the aqueduct line, namely the public baths and the sewers. If we upgrade those, you can see at this rank there's no benefit, but once we put that to level 3, for which we need the research improved plumbing that I just showed, we're going to get -1 empire maintenance, 1%. The other building type that you can get is a library, which I'm already building down here. So I anticipated that. These are great in smaller regions like this, where you're not going to make a whole lot of money otherwise, because they don't really stack well with much. They do give a little bit of income from culture, but that's about it. But these also, as you can see, provide reduced empire maintenance at higher levels up to -4 empire maintenance, which actually makes them money printers later on. This can be thousands per turn. So anywhere you have smaller regions like this, such as Caralis and Alalia as well, I do like to get libraries. And then there's a skill, I forgot what it's called. I think it's Unwavering Patriot or something like that. We'll have to see once one of our generals levels up. You can see the Averni moving in a little bit, which probably means they're interested in attacking Genoa. Might not have had enough movement this turn, but it's very likely because only one army is reinforcing right now. So we'll have to be a little bit careful. Ideally do what we have to do with the Carthaginians this time. But yeah, we have our fleet by Rhodes as well, that I totally forgot about. You can see right here. We just discovered them. I already went for a trade agreement with Knossos, and we're gonna send these guys into the Black Sea now. And I'm gonna try and get a trade deal with Rhodes.
I am here to listen if you speak
Get a bit of money from them.
Truth will be your...
A little bit less.
I had hoped you thought better of us.
There we go.
Your words bring
and this trade deal is worth around 400 per turn, which is very nice. We'll take that considering our dire economic situation right now. I totally forgot to move the other army last turn. Whoop, that's not the one. This one. We're gonna send these guys over here. Might as well send the fleet to Panormus as well. Ooh. Oh yeah, right. Okay, so I'm on a beta version of DEI. I updated that a few days ago. I totally forgot to tell you about that. There's a new beta version. I think it's 1.35. I was a little bit confused because I didn't recognize the unit, but these are just regular Brutian infantry. But the thing is, the icon is different, right? So that's part of the update. Yeah, these are just regular Brutian infantry. So these look pretty cool. I think they also updated the Carthaginian icons, didn't they? Yeah, these are different. Look, the Carthaginian citizen cavalry looks different. These guys look different. This is cool. There's a few other things that they've changed. Meanwhile, the Averni are attacking the Volcae here. That I'll have to look into the patch notes for, but I think primarily they're preparing for the other campaign, right? Which I might give a try at some point. It seems to be a little bit bare bones right now, but I'll take a look and see what I think. For the most part, I think it was like a technical thing, like they fixed a bunch of things around combat, and they also reduced the turn times by, it said up to 40% if I recall correctly. That's cool. All right, we're gonna attack these Carthaginians, you know, and they take the battle. Okay, that's 3 armies attacking them. They're not retreating. I'm gonna auto-resolve this. This is a 94% battle here. I'll take those. So one of our generals here leveled up. I'm gonna show you the skill now. First of all, we have Rightful Sovereign. This is a skill that you need. This, as a baseline, is really not bad, right? It provides 2 public order, reduced banditry. Authority is nice on the battlefield because it increases the aura of influence, right? But the skill that we're looking for is Unwavering Patriot. Reduced empire maintenance by 1% and then cultural conversion too. The problem is it does have a downside, that is it increases the penalties due to presence of local foreign cultures, right? So while it improves cultural conversion, it also will increase the penalties that you get for the presence of other cultures. This is going to, again, provide thousands of income later on into the game. So I pretty much always get that on every single general. Plus, if you max out Rightful Sovereign, the 8 public order, it kind of balances out the negatives that you're going to get from Unwavering Patriot from the public order penalty. So on this army, we need 2 units of Equites, like so. And we'll also send this fleet over. We'll park them in Panormus. We'll be ready to set sail. Did miss 1 turn here, because I forgot to recruit, but it's fine. We could have already set sail this time around.
Look to your gods and pray. For only in them
Speak of the devil. There's the Sicily. We're gonna just make peace with them again. We'll get some money from them and we'll have peace once more. Either that or we use our 2 armies down here productively and actually push into Dimidi. Rather than just having them sit around. Like, that's not a very Roman thing to do, is it? Yeah, let's actually try and do something with them down here. The Carthaginians, as we saw, have retreated. I'm gonna walk her a little bit east just to check. It doesn't look like there's anything by the border. I'm gonna send her over here, establish a spy network. We'll see what's here next turn, and we'll send this army down. This right here, no attrition or anything. Send them right there, and then we'll group them up. We'll move this army. Actually, I want to keep them on the other side. This way, nobody here is going to get attacked. These guys should be out of range as well. Then we can group them up next turn. And between 2 legions, I don't think the Sicily can do very much against us. All right. Time to set sail. These guys have the lowest movement range, so we're going to aim for the coastline up here. I want to put them on land, rather than doing a pure naval invasion, although it would probably be faster. Meanwhile, over here, the Volcae are sending down an army to deal with this Averni stack. We're gonna move our armies to the border here. Not gonna attack yet. I'm hoping there's gonna be more damage done by the Volcae, and we'll keep this army close to Genoa. What's our fleet doing? Let's send them up here. I'm hoping to discover factions like Pontus, Bithynia. There's Bithynia. I don't know if Bithynia wants to trade with us. If they even can trade with us. They can, but they don't really like us. But they want to trade, so I'll take that. Can I pay you money to become a client state? No? Sometimes it's worth trying because these trade agreements, they really want them, right? Because they're worth a lot of money at this point. But the Bithynians obviously hate us. Oh, hello. All right, well, do we join that? Might as well get that out of the way, right? I think we do. It's 3 of our armies joining in on that. Well, 2 of our armies plus the garrison. We'll do that. Makes use of the garrison too in a productive way. Well, 1 of our armies remains completely unscathed. And now the Volcae are out of troops because they've just fought some costly battles. So now walk our armies close to the border. These guys are fully replenished. These guys need a little bit more replenishment. Do we go straight away? Do we just say screw replenishment? I think we do. I think we're gonna go right now. We're not at war with the Volcae officially. We will be soon. I'm not sure how long ago we made peace with them, so we might take a bit of a penalty. Oh, 3 turns. Do we take the penalty here? Because this is a great time for us to attack. Or do we wait 3 turns? We could get lucky and we should have waited in our own territory. I should have thought this through better. Because if we wait here, then they might not be suspicious and send their troops to deal with the Averni instead. But with us camping next to their settlement, it's unlikely that's going to happen anymore. Nah, you know what? Screw that. We're gonna go. We'll just take this place. We'll take the penalty. And it is what it is. We're still trustworthy. It's gonna go back up pretty quickly. It's just 2 armies right now. I'll move these guys closer. I'm a bit worried about Thapsos, to be honest. Because Thapsos has been repeatedly attacked. And the garrison is obviously fine. I think we are going to try and make them retreat. We are in movement range. We just have to move them away from Kapsa, which is what I'm concerned about, right? Because they'll move through the desert without attrition penalties. It is in the middle of summer as well. We took a bit of attrition here, but not much. We'll replenish pretty easily. I do not think they have enough movement to make that. But just to be sure, well, I mean, chance is pretty low, but 24% chance, I'll take it. Successful? Fantastic. First time that the sabotage is actually any use this time around. These guys have a great amount of movement this turn. Get them closer to Corrales. And outside of that, we're broke as hell. Public order is good across the board. We really need to get the aqueduct here soon, and I think next turn is actually going to be the time because we're almost at 5 population surplus here. At which point we get the aqueduct, which is going to fix the squalor problem that we have here. You can see squalor is something people often overlook. But repeated plague outbreaks, even if there's a small chance, are pretty bad. It's one of the reasons why public order down here is bad, because we've had, I think, 2 plagues in that region so far in this playthrough. I'm not sure if it's really 3% chance, but definitely feels higher. So now you can see we're definitely on the offensive. We're pushing in every direction. The Averni one piece, I'm going to go for that. I do want to trade with you. We should... Okay, so this might sound dumb because this is moderate, right? But if they offer peace, sometimes it's with sort of improved terms than you would otherwise get during the campaign, right? So if we don't come to an agreement here, and I'm going to approach them during our own turn, there is a chance that they're not going to want it anymore. I really want the trade deal because it's worth a lot of money. So I'm going to pay them some money here to make sure this happens. We'll put it to high just to be like 100% sure. It's not that much money, right? It's just like 3 turns worth of trade agreement. Because I really want this to happen and not have any takesy backsies. Because this lets us focus completely on Narbonensis. And then they're also on good terms with the Helvetii. I think this would be like hugely beneficial to us at this stage. Because then we can focus on other regions like Illyria and so on. While the Averni are hopefully happily trading with us. Could we also get a... No, this is not happening. we have you join some wars of ours? No? Alright, well, we'll take this deal. This is the only time you'll see me go for a high likelihood. And I've been fooled by this game too many times.
You have been worth
Ooh, okay, the Turiski non-aggression pact cancelled. Okay, our fleet, we'll send them along the coast. That is the Galatians who've taken a settlement here. I think this is a starting settlement of Pontus. Maybe we can discover the Bosporus Greeks up here as well, which are also good trade partners for us. Mostly because of cultural affinity, right? Because there's a cultural affinity between Greeks and Latins. All right, over here, we need one more turn of recruitment. Obviously, we're taking attrition while they are not, as this is a port settlement. This is going to be an issue we'll face in Corrales here as well. Oh my god, the movement once they land is actually crazy. Lots of movement. Meanwhile, this army, not really, but they can land. Now, I think considering we started the siege up at Massalia, what we're going to do is move this fleet up in this direction for now. Maybe blockade the port up here and have them assist in the assault, as it's going to happen earlier than this one down here. This also highlights the fact that we definitely need another fleet at some point. And outside of that, also get this aqueduct in Taras. And we're looking pretty good. Let's see what happens up here. I'm invested. Oh. Oh. That's like two small fleets. Are they really gonna attack me? Is the balance of power is gonna be in their favor, isn't it? But like 100%, if I fought this myself, again, this would be a victory. Like, there's no way. Look at their fleet. The only advantage that they have, this is a numbers issue, right? This completely disregards the fact that when these fleets fight, it's going to be all ramming. Even these small ships are going to destroy these 100 man ships. But I just do not... I could destroy these two fleets right here, but I do not want to play naval battles. I don't. So I'm going to retreat. I know this is like the least metagamey thing I could do, but I just... I don't want to play naval battles. That's it. I'm just gonna say, yep, I'll give it to them. Their fleet is better. We'll take it. But yeah, the balance of power there is 100% just in their favor because of the numbers. And if you actually fought that battle yourself with ramming, attacking them from the side, you have the two big ships with the artillery too. Wait, this is an army and a fleet. This is horrible for them, isn't it? God damn it. Okay, ramming and go. These guys are gonna go. I like to use my artillery ships for ramming as well. I know people are gonna disagree with that, but it is what it is. It's because they're like nice and big as well. They have a ram up front. Make sure we space this out well so they just get deleted. I want to target this at the back here. These actual ships. You can see these ships already down.
One of our ships is being
Oh, this one is actually getting boarded. As no bueno. Let's get these out. These guys are down. This ship right here is a bit caught out. I'm not trying. No, they're boarded. I'm just horrible at naval battles. Here's an angle that we can use. We're getting our flanking maneuver on now, right? These are small ships at the back. This ship being raided is obviously less than ideal. Or boarded, I should say. We can probably use this ship right here to get in here. Row hard and then into the side. Although row hard might make turning there a little bit difficult. Let's get this artillery ship over here and then have that ram on this side.
One of our ships is
Pretty sure
being
we're
boarded.
losing over here. And yes, me playing naval battles will always just be me grumbling for 10 minutes about naval battles. There will be no exceptions to this. This ship right here is just being pinned from all sides, and now we're gonna row in there with this large ship, unless we're actually blocking ourselves with the other one. Fantastic. You love to see it. Alright, come on. Can we just turn around and row in there? Okay, here we go.
The enemy general is dead.
I think sometimes you just need to give them a nudge. They're like sat next to each other. You just need to click again. It's kind of like spamming hoplites, it seems. And sometimes you just need to click once more. Where's our general? I want to keep our general alive. Make sure he doesn't die to some accident. As you can see, the balance of power is just completely whack. It's just not true at all. Completely overvaluing the numbers of the units on the ships. I don't like to see this, to be honest with you. This is just the AI being goofy. We do still need to escape. I hope we can make it to Genoa. The Carthaginians have already had their move. Unless there's some magic fleet somewhere. Like pirates, maybe.
Bound by
Nobody should be in range to attack us. Okay, we could really use a fleet down here, but I'm gonna make do without. We do have the siege equipment here. I mean, come on, this is a freaking 97% siege right here. I shouldn't even fight this myself, really, because I'm gonna lose more than 3% of our troops on this siege. I can tell you that much. Even if there's very few troops in there with the archers that they have and so on. Yeah, we're just gonna do balanced stance auto-resolve on this siege. Okay, well, we own Massalia now. Actually, Massalia receives kind of a buff in the 1.3.5 patch. At least that's what they said. I'm not sure what exactly that entails, but I hope that this place generates a bit more money now. We're gonna get rid of one of these military buildings, but, well, actually we should change this one because this one is too high level. We'll get rid of that. We have the port of Massalia here. Now, the Lacidon. So in Massalia, we have lots of wealth from manufacturing, wealth from maritime commerce. We have improved ship hulls upon recruitment. So this is kind of like the military port that we're waiting for, isn't it? Also, plus 0.7 all population class is actually really nice. I think we're going to get ourselves a gladiator school for the time being. We might change that up later on down the line. This army here, we're going to move them to the border as we can use them to push even further immediately. While these guys, I think we're going to turn around to deal with this and also be ready in case the Toriski try anything funny. This army right here, let's move them out of the settlement to improve the public order. Plus, invest our skills here. It's going to go for the classic Roman Legion stuff, even though this army is more hoplites and whatnot. They still benefit from that, and we probably will change that army to a regular legion eventually. So we'll benefit from those army traditions. Down here, we are also sieging. Is this also an easy auto-resolve siege? It is. Well, I would love more interesting sieges, but if we go down here with, or well, up here with two legions, there's just not much. There's really not much to it, unfortunately. Our general here, we're going to give rightful sovereign, also go down unwavering patriot for that extra money. You can see our income steadily improving here, which is fantastic. And you can see we're definitely lacking that for building construction. I actually really like what they did here with Caralis, right? You have the library. You have, I mean, we don't need the military building necessarily, the mercenary camp or whatever we want to turn that into. But the travel lodge here is a good, I think is a good call overall. Make some more food. Okay, down here we replenished fully. Which of these generals has night battles again? This one right here. That's Decimus Junius. So I think If I attack this, well, it's not really a great time to do a night battle. We're gonna walk into this region for the time being. Hope we don't take attrition as we do so. I want to get further into range before I do anything. As we can't reach these armies out there. If they move out now and challenge us to a field battle with all of their armies, I am fine with that as well. And hopefully we'll be able to take Alalia in a few turns, 2 or 3 turns, and take out this entire region of Narbonensis too. What is the current Empire level? We are very much approaching Empire level 5, at which point we're going to get the Marin reforms, which will be a great day for our playthrough. I'm gonna have to say that is something I'm very much looking forward to, because then our public order, sorry, our manpower troubles will be gone.
The sword was drawn, but now it's bloodied.
Yeah, all the people losing 1 peace deals, I can imagine that. I can imagine that. And the Averni just joined into the war again. I think they did so without losing any trust to it. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter for the NPCs, does it? For the AI factions, their reliability rating doesn't really change. Well, it is what it is. We're gonna keep pushing here. I think I'll move this army in as well, and then we'll move them together, right? And while we are going to target this army, at least get them out of... Okay, well, I thought they would run away and we'd get them out of raiding stand, but if they want to die, that's fine too. You see, we're going to lead with these skills every time now: Rightful Sovereign and Unwavering Patriot, and that's just going to be our modus operandi from now on. This army is taking attrition now, which is fantastic, and these guys have moved out. So what we're going to do now, all of them are fortified. We're going to target the biggest army here. Actually, do we target the smaller ones first? No, let's target the biggest one. We don't have any... Oh, we do have 1 unit of art. Oh man, I'm a genius. All right, we're gonna go night attack, and we'll do a fort battle against this 1 entrenched army that is consisting of mostly spearmen, Numidian Cav, you know, the usual. Okay, here we are. We are going for a very regular army formation here. Doing the usual. Keeping all of our cavalry at the back as a reserve to figure out what the enemy is doing first. And then our elephants here as well. Peditus Extraordinari. With our archers in the back. We have our slingers up front. And I'm expecting them to sally forth out of their fort, because that's what they tend to do. And I think for them it's actually not a terrible idea, as they have their Numidian cavalry, right? Which is going to definitely thrive out in the open more than inside of the fort. I'll say that. We're gonna hold here. There's no reason for us to push any further. This gives us a bit of space over here to maneuver with our cavalry. You can see the Numidian cav appearing here because they have a trade of... Was it Stalk? Is what it's called? Yeah, Stalk. You can also see if I hover over a unit here. This is from the recent patch. I'm gonna slow down time while I show you. This is a new icon down here that they've added. This just indicates 2 things, right? The unit speed, but also the charge resistance. So the color in the background indicates how resistant a unit is to a charge. If we hover over the Principes here, you can see they have yellow charge resistance, or medium. If I hover over the Triaria, it's probably going to be better, right? So these guys have a very high charge resistance. So if they get charged by cavalry, they're going to take basically less damage. The number, on the other hand, means it indicates the speed. So these guys have a low speed, but a very high charge resistance. If you compare that to hoplites, I've already had a look in the custom battles. Hoplites will have a very low speed, but I think they also have very high charge resistance. So basically, Triari are fairly mobile for how much charge resistance they have. I'm not sure how that compares to other spearmen yet. I haven't experimented around with that too much. But I think it's pretty much what you would expect. I mean, I always knew that Triari would be a good unit to stop say, a cavalry charge. And units like Principes aren't as good, but, you know, medium charge resistance. It's not like they're going to get stomped. I'm going to move our Triari over. Being harassed a little bit. I'm going to move our General and some Equites over on this side. No cavalry here yet, but they could appear. They had 4... Oh, that's the other 2. These are all Numidian calves. So we can move all of our cavalry over. We're going to move this unit off. No, we're going to move these Peditas Extraordinari over as well. Because they seem to have a very heavy flank here. Make sure we get our slingers out. Now we could start chasing these guys, but I'm honestly not too fussed. We're going to move our Peditas Extraordinari in position here. We're going to use our own skirmishes here and try and do some damage. This is an advantage of using some of the local units here. Infantry has used ammunition. And we're going to go lock this. Lock these guys too. Whoops. See daisy. 3. Melee and group attack. And we're gonna kind of try and run around here and stall these while running into the center here. I wanna see if we can't... Yep. Run. Catch them. Good. Okay, we caught them. Our infantry is engaging. We do have a little bit of a gap over here. And we have a lot of space over on this side. So I'm going to use our elephants here and actually wrap around immediately. I'm also going to send our slingers. I'm going to send our Triari in here, our Peditas Extraordinari. Yeah, we definitely caught these units here. We caught them off guard. They were not skirmishing very well. We do have a unit of Hastati that is kind of caught out here. So I'm going to move our Triari into this gap right here to help them. Their front line is being destroyed by our Principes. They are absolutely slaughtering them. And we're going to keep these archers back. And what are these guys? Missile infantry. So we're going to run in there with our elephants. Elephants are going to stomp them. They obviously have very low speed, but charge... Oh, it shows this charge strength here instead of the charge resistance, which is cool. Is that the same for the cavalry? Oh yeah, charge strength. So for cavalry units, I guess larger units, it shows the charge strength instead of the charge resistance. That's cool. Does that mean there are infantry units with excellent charge defense? Because I haven't seen any of those. That must be like some extremely heavy infantry, if that's the case. Some like super high quality hoplites. Okay, these are horse skirmishes. Where's our... Let's get these guys in there. Again, we caught them here. Get our Equites into the fray. Our general is kind of in the middle of this. I'm gonna try and get him out. He doesn't need to bother with this anymore. This over here is a bit of a mess. It's also definitely hard to see at night. Who would have thought, right? It's a bit harder to see what's going on. Our slingers here are in a good position to throw rocks into their sides. I think we're going to target this over here. There is still... Oh, we should actually stick to them. And these Equites are going to run in here. Meanwhile, our general will get him to safety. We used him for the initial engagement, but there's no need to push our luck at this point. Our elephants are messing up their backline still, and we're going to run them in here now. There's some missiles here. I think we're going to just ignore those and just run through them, because our slingers and archers are going to deal with this. Speaking of, I'm going to use some fire arrows here together with the elephant charge. That's going to end them. I'm going to make sure these guys get routed. Elephant charge. I mean, this is over already. They see the elephants and they know they're doomed. I mean, they were, but they were doomed beforehand. Alright, not bad. Lost a bit much infantry on the side here. On the... I think it was the left side, right side? That was the right side, yeah. That was where the Numidian calf was, so I suppose that was a little bit all over the place. We'll use our slingers here to target these remaining Numidian cavalry. But I think us having access to our Numidian cav now, to using here, you see they were able to catch this enemy cavalry unit. They have the very high speed. And also the Campanian cavalry, obviously. I think together with those, we have a much better chance of beating the Numidian cav. So maybe beating Numidian cav is basically just getting Numidian cav or equivalence yourself to be able to catch those units and then kind of force them into a melee engagement with better units like Equites. Very nice. That is one of the armies. We're going to kill captives, yeah? We could target this army here. I think what we should do, right? We should siege this, because I think I saw like a reinforcement symbol here. Siege this. And attack this army. They can still retreat. They retreated a little bit right there, but I don't, you know, that doesn't count. We're gonna take a bit of attrition chasing them here, but this way we get them out of the way, right? They're gonna be down after this. And this one is pretty fast. We're gonna auto-resolve this one. Though the 9% is still quite a bit for their units. We could attack this army too. I think we should do that. We should do another night attack. Night attack. There we go. Rather than wait and give them a chance to enter the settlement again. So captives. And then we're gonna wait for the other army. I think we're gonna siege here so they can't raise an army, although the garrison might end up attacking us. I'm gonna send these guys next to them next turn, and that's basically the Marseille Legion right here. Okay, this army here is fully replenished, so we're gonna send them over to Alaria. You can see there is a bit of resistance in the form of 2 fleets. Okay, we can move our fleet over to assist at Nabo, probably baiting out the navy that's over here. These guys are a little bit replenished. Get these 2 ships out of there, do a quick auto-resolve. And then we'll take the settlement next turn. We can blockade too. Although this puts us at risk of being attacked again. I think we're gonna send them back to Massalia. I wanna keep our fleet safe. It's obviously not great for public order, but we'll deal with it. I'm just happy we have the aqueduct at Magna Graecia now, to be honest with you. This is going to really help us not have constant plagues over there. I don't know if you guys even saw it too much in the edited version of the playthrough, but we had plague after plague after plague up there for some reason. So the aqueducts are definitely going to help with that. Okay, that is Massalia. Actually, all of Nabo pretty much in our hands. We're gonna check Tolosa. The only thing that could stop us now is perhaps a Carthaginian counter invasion down here from Tarraco. So we're gonna send our spy down there next turn. Also, this turn, let's not forget about our navy. And there is Pontus. And there's the Bosporus Greeks. I'm gonna go and see if there's any trade partners already trading with Bithynia.
Be welcome, but may Athena strike.
They do want to trade, but they need a bit of incentive, I think.
Your goods to add.
Probably a bit
You
more.
would not sell much in our marketplaces.
Right. That's fine. The trade deal is worth a lot.
Welcome.
And the Bosporus Greeks we can scam for a bit of money. See, there's 2 other factions that we discovered. The Gite and the Orcatai. I'm not sure how you would pronounce that. These guys are nomadic, Scythian basically. But
You are welcome.
oh, they do want to trade with us. You want to be a client state, huh? See, this is why I always try and offer them that, even though it seems unlikely. I'm gonna offer them a little bit of money with that. Okay, they need more.
I cannot take such an arrangement to my people. It would betray their
We don't
faith
have
to me to
that much
accept
this turn, which is a bit unfortunate, but there you
I
go.
accept in the name of our people. Let this be
There's
a
a
sign
small
of more
faction,
good
but,
to
you
come.
know, a client state is a client state. They're gonna pay us a bit of money. Egypt wants to trade. That's good. Although the trade deal isn't worth as much as I thought it would be.
Take this
Yeah.
Our trade.
Of course you want a peace deal. I can see why you would want a peace deal right now.
Honorable enemies, we will
Nazamones declaring war on
I
us.
trust
We
my
are
one
not
friend,
going to call our
your
allies
people will
here.
fall into darkness and
That's a bit annoying. I think we can probably broker a quick peace deal with them. If we offer them a bit of money.
the door is open.
Might
to
not
you.
even have to do that.
But if you wish to go beyond the
Yeah,
courtyard,
all they want is a bit of money here. 2,000, we'll offer them
on
that.
behalf
And
of my people,
I can't afford sending an army over, so 2,000 wealth spent here is, I think, well invested. We're gonna auto-resolve his tour and get rid of the Masesole finally. That also opens the doors up to the coast. We lost another unit of Hastati here, but our units will be reformed here very soon anyways, although we could have turned that into a unit of Legionaries. Okay, our spy. Before we do anything, send her down here. No Carthaginian armies. Doesn't mean that they can't be further up in... Oh, well, there they are. They're standing around. I can't say that on YouTube. But they are waiting. And waiting. And they might head up north to surprise us. We're going to use this army right here with more replaceable units. Actually, they don't have enough movement, so we'll use both of them. I was just going to use one. And I hope you'll excuse the auto-resolve spam speedrunning taking these settlements. Because there's really not much to lose here. We're definitely going to have a rebellion here at some point. Gonna make sure we don't tax. And we should also send one of our characters. We should actually get him married. And then we can use her. Is there anyone that we can upgrade right now to level 4 without immediately... Oh, there we go. If we use her for this, it's going to get her to level 4, which is matron. And that's also going to give us negative 1% empire maintenance right away. We'll send her over to Narbonensis. We do have public order problems over in Corrales too, obviously. Now, newly conquered territories. We're still waiting on the library. I'm going to put this army into patrol stance for the time being. Keep the public order good. So we are out of money and probably can't organize more games. Okay, at Alalia, we do have 2 navies, but they should not be able to do very much against our army attacking here. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna pull up the other army too. Might as well use them too for this. Although I put them into patrol stance just now. We're gonna send them up and use both of them just to be sure. Don't lose too many men. This army will keep close to Midland, so they're in range to support either one of these settlements if needed. We're gonna keep one of them back. Not overextend too much. And also not move too many armies in the same directions, as they're going to be consuming these same supplies. And that's something you want to keep in mind in DEI. Supply consumption definitely matters, which is why I prefer, if at all possible, not to use more than 2 armies in the same region, right? This is why I'm usually using these as teams, right? You have a team of 2 right here, you have a team of 2 right here. With that, you can basically win any siege that you want and win most field battles, unless an enemy is really powerful and they're sending a lot your way. Oh, of course. That was dumb. We should have kept that army close. Oh, they're sending everything down. Oh, that is dumb. I am dumb. Of course they're gonna send their navies down. I'm not sure what I was thinking there. We had to at least have our own navy down here in Corrales if I'm gonna do that. Yeah, so see, they already left Corrales. And we can't even make it back here in one turn. That is unfortunate. But that does mean we can take Alalia for free. So I'm not even sure if this is the greatest move for them either. It's just annoying. That's really it. That describes the Carthaginians completely. They are just annoying. Not much else. In Alalia, we are going to get ourselves a fortified small town. This entire region is just not going to make very much money, but I want to keep it nice and stable. Irrigation ditches and get rid of this. Okay, up here we're going to keep this army close, and this legion is going to retake Karalis. Meanwhile, up here we can take Tolosa. You know, this auto-resolve battle is also, like, this is screwed. There's no way we should lose 25% of our troops on this. Surely. Like, they have no cavalry at all. I'm gonna fight this one myself, just because it's not a 90%er. Okay, we are going for perhaps a slightly novel army formation. We have our assault infantry up front, flanked by our velites on either side. We have our Masaian hoplites in the center, flanked by our spearmen. We have a unit of reserve spearmen and then all of our cavalry in the back. The plan is that we're going to use our assault infantry to, believe it or not, assault and hopefully cut us away through the front line here. Also going to use our velites to skirmish extensively against units that deserve skirmishing, put it that way. So for example, these Gallic warriors right here would be good targets. We're gonna send our velites on this side forward. Give them a better angle if we start throwing from here. A lot of these are gonna land in the building, so I'm gonna put them like right here. They have a very few range capabilities, if any. Tribesmen. We have some slingers back here. Some more slingers all the way back there. 3 slingers. Yeah, but they're very spread out, not really looking our way. So our velites in the forest here are going to do more damage than these guys will be able to do to us. Let's get an even better angle. I'm gonna eat some javelins here from these infantry units, but it's better our velites than our infantry, to be honest with you. And we can skirmish better than they can. We're gonna keep our other velites back for now. And they're already swapping these units out. It's a bit late for that, as the damage is kind of already dealt. And they're just sending another unit of Gallic warriors forward, so I'm gonna just target these guys now. Okay, let's send our other velites too. Celtic swordsmen, these are also decent targets. Let's go for that. Wish we had more ammo. See, they're not pushing out of the settlement, so I'm gonna go and send our Ligurian cav around, maybe to this side, and they're gonna wait for an opening here. There's already only townsfolk and some slingers protecting this. There's some tribesmen over here. This is really the only unit that could pose a threat to us. Okay, let's get our axemen. And same thing with our axemen. I kind of want to target these units at the back, the swordsmen, with our javelins. Make sure we finish throwing javelins on our velites. Get our Ligurians in here, although they're like getting stuck. The townsfolk have terrible charge resistance, so alright, let's get these guys out. They're getting stuck a little bit in the settlement, but I think it's worth us doing this to kind of push through. Right, our assault infantry here is going to have a good time, I think, against this townsfolk, and back them up with more units. And we'll just give them a little while. Go for another charge in here. Maybe the angle approaching the path into the settlement here is better. We should spread out these units too, so they don't get stuck on each other. Use our Ligurian cav over on the slinger unit. Already routed the enemy frontline here, who already pretty beaten up. Let's create a nice front line here again with our assault infantry. Okay, we're being charged already by the tribesmen. We'll just go for that. And let's move in there with some hoplites. Back this up. Meanwhile, we'll continue working on our breakthrough over here. These are some tribesmen now, so we have to be a little bit careful. And they're backed up by some slingers. So I think we're going to use one unit to run around this side. Well, these are Gallic warriors blocking that. I think we have to be a little bit smart here. Try and get through that. I think we should use our spearmen first before we use our hoplites. What's this? Tribesmen? That means there is an opening here. We're going to use one cavalry unit to ride at these guys. These guys are being drawn out of position, and I think they're a little bit stuck around the building. Can I fake a charge here to have them turn around again? We can definitely get a charge off on these slingers, but we don't want to overcommit. Let's get out.
We have no fear.
Okay, they're chasing our other cavalry again. Gonna make sure we're not being flanked here. Let's get in there once more. Now move these spearmen in. I think there's a little bit of a gap over on this side. I think I want to try and exploit. We're gonna make our unit very long, like so, as long as they can get. Ooh, that is very long. I don't know if you're seeing that all the way over there. That is the. Can I put them in that formation? Really? Oh my god! I have no idea. I think this is because we're clipping it on the side. That's hilarious. Can I move you? Okay, but they're gonna go back into normal formation here. Let's not mess around too much while good Celts are dying. Oh, I got distracted here. We can use these guys over here. Actually, instead of flanking around, we should try and engage these Gallic tribesmen, because that's gonna open up gaps for our cavalry to abuse instead. There's also the townsfolk here. We should send more. Why don't we send some hoplites? They can do that. Created a little gap, and now we're trickling in our units one by one. So they don't get stuck. A spearman here obviously surrounded now. I think we can use our cavalry right here for a good charge. Get them in position. Let's see if we can't run around a bit further here. Move in some more units. These guys are taking slinger fire, but I don't think the hoplites are going to care particularly. Let's go for another charge. See, you can be a little bit sneaky with settlements like this. You have an opening. Try and trickle in some infantry, you know, make a long formation. You can just march them behind the enemy units if they don't have any reserves anywhere. I want to charge this again before our unit of spearmen here gets routed. We should actually charge these slingers first, so we don't eat javelins in our back. Let's get some more hoplites in there. Yeah, we're fighting over here with our hoplites out of hoplite phalanx, but that's fine. Hoplite, as I keep saying, hoplites can fight like this. This is not the end of the world. We're gonna get a cavalry behind this now, and this should be the end of the battle. Again, there's a gap. And we can get that behind the enemy units and completely surround them. Not that we need to, because they're already routed. The cavalry over here finished the job, and that's the settlement taken. As you can see, that is nowhere close to 25% of our army being lost in this battle. And that is Tolosa in our hands as well. As you see, this episode made a lot of gains. We do need to take Karalis back. That is the Volcay pretty much wiped out. There wasn't an army in Budigala. The only thing that could happen now is the Averni attacking. We're gonna try and make peace with them again. They do kind of want that. They do not want to trade. Definitely betrayed us, didn't they? This will be a bit pricey, but I'm gonna go for it. I hope they don't betray us again. But this is going to allow us a little bit of time at least to recover armies before they come stomping down again, right? Especially with the Carthaginians looming here. And we might even take Eol this turn. Our army is a bit battered, but let's see what the Auto Resolve here says. Auto Resolve says it's alright. And we're gonna go for that, as this army isn't going to be terribly difficult to replenish. And we get to keep all of our units too. Okay, you'll taken too. We're gonna go for a fishing port here, as we're gonna have a lot of agriculture in this region. The media is going to be... we already have 2 temples here, right? So we're gonna go for a villa, and we're going to go for... have a lot of public order buildings here. We'll go for another villa. We'll turn this into... we already have a grain silo. I'm gonna go for farms. And this one we're gonna get rid of for now. We might move this army over to Narbo right now, considering how threatening the Carthaginians are looking and how close to Empire level 5 we are, at which point we'll be able to stomp out another legion. And I'm just gonna hope that nobody here is going to declare war on us for the time being. Although we will free up some legions over here very soon. We're also gonna untax the region down here, as we had a lot of fighting going on. I'm gonna keep this place stable. This army out of the settlement, just like this one. Always do that. You see public order is already fixed, going up by 3 this turn. We could organize games, but it doesn't really look too threatening anywhere. So we'll keep our money close, as very soon we'll have a lot of spending to do. We're past turn 100. I think we should be approaching like turn 120 at this point. So we're pretty close to the benchmark. Perhaps a little bit slow. I think we got stalled somewhat in Africa, but I think with the money that we're making down there now, pretty safely,
Come now,
we are in a great position moving into the mid game here. Fantastic position. I think we have every opportunity now to push into Illyria, Greece, Spain. We can wipe out the Carthaginians. We can do whatever we want at this point. I feel like we are in the mid game after this episode. In Alalia, we're going to go for the iron mine, which then built into the either blacksmith or the shield maker for us. There's 2 other ones, but those are irrelevant while we don't have these upgrades. I think we're going to go for the blacksmith, as the improved melee damage is going to be fantastic for us. Man, that's annoying. Okay, so the garrison army is pretty chunky already again. Plus they have their 2 fleets over. So we're gonna send this other army over to park this fleet in Alalia. And pray have a rebellion here eventually. Actually, this guy just improved public order. That's fantastic. The power of skills right there. He's not in range to reinforce, but next turn he will be. Okay, we finished the research for the library, which will help us once we take Karalis again. I'm gonna finish our research of the sewers and public baths level 3, which will help us combat the Empire maintenance problems. We also can get the library down here now. Other than that, public order is fine, so I'm not even gonna upgrade this right now. Not seeing any more action by the Carthaginians over in Spain. They're just camping around in this region down here. Oh, they're Lusitani. See? They're gonna walk through the Carthaginian territories. Do you want peace?
I have little gain in wasting the day on you.
Moderate? Yeah, they do want peace. We're gonna offer them a bit of money here. Thank you very much. You just turn around and go back. I mean, I really don't want to fight you, and you don't want to fight me either. It's just, there's no reason. Okay, we're gonna keep investing points into Unwavering Patriot. You see this tick was 300. And we can actually use the public order we get from this right now in the region, so we'll get that. We'll also get a tick of Military Logistician. And at this rate, we're actually going to be generating money with our armies. It's not quite that bad, but with Military Logistician and Unwavering Patriot, you are making a lot of money. Oh, really? You're going to attack on our fleet in Alalia? Oh my god. I hate Carthaginians. Have I mentioned that? Have I mentioned that I hate Carthaginians? Have I said that before? Our navy is probably toast, to be honest with you. We were always going to lose that. I think this fleet was doomed from the start because Carthage is annoying, basically. That's the summary. I can't blame him for taking out this fleet here too. But it's just annoying. That's basically it. They've done nothing but be annoying little busy bees
The enemy general is dead.
all campaign long. They've just been busy being annoying towards us, not actually expanding anywhere, just continuing to lose territory almost voluntarily, just to, excuse my language, but piss us off, right? Nothing but annoyances with them. Gonna fight to the last man here. Not like we have, well, that was quick. Well, that's that. Midullinus Navius. I even said his name wrong. Meanwhile, the Volcay got wiped out. Okay, we're gonna retake Karalis. Let's do that real quick. And then we are going to head north and take Karalis. Alalia, that is. And meanwhile, we should build another navy. And say what you want, but the navy being gone is great for our income. These guys, we're going to keep them close to Nabo, but on the other side of it. So if anybody comes in from Spain, they're going to have to attack Nabo, and then they can attack us with another army. So it requires at least 2 armies, and then it will be a 1v1 up here, because it's too far away. The further away we get from Nabo, the better, actually. These guys, we could, in theory, send over to Alalia now, right? But we don't have our fleet anymore. So that's a problem. I kind of want to keep them in this region up here because of supply reasons. I'm going to keep them close to Genoa for the time being. Ideally, really, we should send one of these guys over for replenishment. Maybe the 8th Legion. Send them over soon once we have more movement. Meanwhile, pirates are still raiding us. Nothing we can do against that now, especially now. And this army will send next to Eel. These guys are going back to Carthage. And that's that. Carthaginians stalling their inevitable fate. One annoying naval invasion at a time. The rewards that you get, they're just not good. So generally, I just ignore them and do my own thing. I'm gonna wipe these guys out, including this fleet, and be done with it. I cannot be bothered to fight this again. And that is Imperium level 5. Fantastic. We're gonna keep this army in here. We're gonna get ourselves the library as planned. We're gonna get the military wharf. We're gonna get the fortified small town. And we will get the... I think we'll just get a regular farm. I considered getting the irrigation ditches here, but no use. And we'll also get the Stationes Vigilum for the extra garrison morale and stuff. Extra garrison. Just gonna make this region more defensible overall. And that's that. Next turn, we are going to be Marian Romans. The Marian reform should trigger as we've researched everything. And our armies will be transformed. And there are the Marian reforms. So massive changes caused by the enormous expansion of the Res Publica have brought our society to a tipping point. The number of small farmers and the potential draftees of the army is in steady decline. Blah, blah, blah. Manipulated distinctions are gone and all legionaries carry standardized equipment provided by the state. Propertyless citizens are now recruited into the legion. So this is reflected by the game swapping from population type 2 to population type 3 for the legionaries. However, without property requirements for service, new recruits come increasingly from the lower classes of society, eager to earn wealth and glory in the legions. The class of professional soldiers is born. And this is obviously a major change for us. You can see we can upgrade these units now, turn them into legionaries. So some of the changes for our army include obviously the Roman legionaries being classic classic heavy infantry that is now a bit easier to control because we no longer have to distinguish between the Hastati and the Principes, right? It's just going to be a line of Legionaries, maybe with some reserve, and then any supporting units that we want. It's a bit easier to manage. These armies are easier to replenish with the tier 3 population, as I've said multiple times. And we also have access to the Cohors Prima now, which is the first cohort, the Marin first cohort, which uses 400 men instead of the regular 200 that you would get from a regular unit of Legionaries. So they have, in this example, slightly worse stats, although I think well, worse than the veterans, I suppose. Slightly better than the regular Legionaries, right? Higher morale. Other than that, they're pretty much identical. It's just slightly higher morale. But you do get 400 men in a slot that would usually be occupied by a unit using 200. So that's a major advantage for over other factions, while also the costs not going up proportionally, so it's not twice as expensive as a unit of Legionary. So we definitely want to get that as well. I think for that we'll get rid of one of these speed units. Actually, we should put that in this army here. Get them down here because we need spearmen over here anyways. And we can replace that with a Cohors Prima. We can't afford that this turn, but that's fine. And the other spearmen from this army we can obviously put in here too, and then we don't even need to leave anymore. But yeah, we'll have 9 units of Legionaries in every single army, of which 8 are going to be regular ones, and 1 of them is going to be a unit of Cohors Prima. And that's going to give us enough infantry power to defeat anything opponents might throw at us. And suddenly with the Marin reforms, this is always a moment when I play against Rome in a campaign. This is a moment that I dread, because they just suddenly become much more scary. Even though obviously the AI isn't really bound by the same rules when it comes to manpower as a player would be. But it's still scary facing the Legionaries rather than the regular Roman armies. We're going to go for 2 Cohors Prima here. These guys are going to upgrade. And then I think we'll get some more cavalry here. We'll get some Legionary cavalry. These guys don't need a Cohors Prima as we don't have any other Legionaries. I think that would just be weird. We could go for that as it's still a powerful unit, right? If I was metagaming this, I would probably put a unit of Cohors Prima everywhere. I'm not going to do that here. You can see this is a bit expensive. We obviously want to get this now in Arminium. This is also not good because I would have rather had an upgrade in Rome at some point. But I guess we'll get the fishing boats here. We'll get that extra resource out of the way. Everything here is very quiet. And I think we have the opportunity here with 3 armies plus these 2 plus a fleet coming up in Caralis very soon to finish off the Carthaginians. I think that might be the next step. Defending Cisalpina and also pushing into Spain and finishing off the Carthaginians so they can no longer be annoying in the Mediterranean. If nothing else, I want to cut them off from the sea. And if we can do that, it's obviously a lot. This is most of their settlements. I don't know how big the presence is in Spain. They do have some settlements here. It can't be too much. And obviously the Lusitania are very likely to join them again. But that's going to be the plan, I think, in the near future. It's wiping out what remains of the Carthaginians. We're in a good position for that. Probably recruit another army down here. Push from 2 sides. Naval invade from Caralis with an extra fleet, 2 armies. Push in from northern Spain. Taraco. This place that I can't say. Mastia. It's not going to be a good day to be a Carthaginian in the near future. Anyways, that is it for this episode. I'm very happy with our progress this time, even though there were some mildly sloppy battles and some Carthaginian navy shenanigans. Just setting us back at Caralis and Alania, but we got there in the end, and I think we're in a very, very strong position now. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.